live. I'm live. All right, let's do this thing. Let's bring this here. Oh, I'm not actually live on Instagram yet. Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? This is Kazi from cleverprogrammer.com. Awesome. This is amazing. Bunch of you guys are here. Don't know how many yet, but I will find out in a second. Looks like 0 people are watching. Is that true?
172.
Okay. So we have a few people here. That's good. We have a few people going on Instagram. Awesome. Okay, great to have you guys here. Settle in, guys. So today we're going to be talking about your number one secret to become a Python profitable, massively profitable programmer, okay? And why it's critical that you must start now. So what I want you to do is kind of buckle in, all right? Get some popcorn, get some coffee, kind of like I got here from Dunkin' Donuts. And just sit back and kind of enjoy, all right? We're going to be covering, did you make sure that the landscape mode is unlocked? Because if you don't do that, it'll like mess up the whole thing. So end it and then, or just, yeah, figure it out. Awesome, cool. All right, so what we're doing today is we're actually going to be live on YouTube. We're also going live on Instagram, and we're going to be going live on Facebook. And I'm lucky to have my friends here today helping me, because usually it's like there's too many things going on. It gets really confusing. And so today it's going to be a lot simpler. All right. Okay, so guys, make sure that what you start doing is also start posting your questions, and I want you to start thinking of the types of questions you're going to be asking, all right? And so then later when we get into kind of like the Q&A section a little bit, I want to get your most burning questions and answer them for you while I have you here, okay? I want to do that. And in this live stream, what I'm going to be covering, I'm going to be going over a lot of what a Python developer's lifestyle is like. I want to tell you how I negotiated, going from $50 an hour to $100 an hour in one phone call. I'm going to tell you about one of my first Python jobs that I ended up landing, where I made $20,000+ in less than 1 month. And the reason why I'm going to be giving you guys this information is so you guys can see how you can apply this to yourself, all right? So I'm going to be saying it from my perspective, but I want you to constantly be thinking how it could be you in that position, okay? Because all of these things I'm telling you are, when I was not a very good developer. I was just a few months in to learning about programming, and at that time I was going through the same things of being just like super frustrated, not being able to figure out what the hell programming is, and grasping my mind around a ton of concepts. So for example, things like, okay, I have these coding skills. I can do if statements, I can do print, and I can do, some basic coding exercises on platforms like HackerRank, or I've gone through some courses on Coursera, Udacity, but I was always confused as to how do I take those concepts and then actually build real world apps with them? And how do I go from, just knowing code to actually building real apps? And how do I go from that to then actually charging people and making money, making a living off of it, and then living a comfortable lifestyle? And then how do I go about hiring and firing my clients? Something that you can do too, so you don't have to work with clients that you do not like. All right. So we're going to be getting deep into many, many, many pain points. And also we're going to be covering a lot of things that give you value as soon as you step out of this live stream. Okay. We can even call this a workshop. So I want to give you value as soon as you leave and give you many, many things to take away. All right. So again, kind of relax and enjoy. And we're going to be going through all of this. Okay. And how is the audio coming around for you guys? Are you guys able to hear me a lot clearer? Let me turn up the gain on this thing. Okay, could I add some volume? All right, I'll do that. All right, my mic is working. That's good. And I'll turn up my gain, and I'll also talk from a little bit closer. Okay, clear? Okay, beautiful. Now okay, on Instagram, it's clear. That's good. Instagram volume is coming out of my phone, and then we're basically figuring out right now how to set up Facebook. That's taking a while, and we're just going to make sure that that's good to go in a second. So sorry, still working on that, guys. And then we are, I think, should be better on YouTube. How are we doing, Tenzin? Give me a little thumbs up or something. Okay.
Good now.
Okay, cool. All right. Beautiful. We have quite a few people on our YouTube, and we have a few people on our... Can you frame it right? Okay, awesome. Like, and then just make it a little bit taller. Just here. Just like right there. And then, you know, just frame it right. Cool. All right, need to be doing more of these. All right, now I should be going live, and I should be live on Facebook. Hello, Facebook. How's it going? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. All right, we are live everywhere. Again, this is your number one secret, okay, that I'm going to be sharing today to profit with Python. Okay, this is your workshop that we're going to be going through today, and why it's critical that you must start on this right now. All right, and I'm going to be sharing those things as we go along. So first of all, let's talk about the job opportunity for software developers and how this market is growing and what your future can be looking like, okay, what the job opportunities are. So right now, okay, even according to Forbes, Python is the number one language of 2017. Okay, so this is a good year for us. And by 2020, it's actually going even higher. All right, it's going to be staying at the top and beating out all other languages. So I'm kind of excited about that. Some other amazing things about this language, programming language, is like, think about all of the things that are made with this, okay? So this is something I've mentioned before, but I'm going to mention it again for everybody. Maybe you missed it, all right? So again, platforms. Big, huge platforms are built with this language, okay? So Instagram, where you are on right now, is built with Python, okay? YouTube, where you are right now, is built with Python. And I don't think there's a lot of Python used in Facebook. Right, Tenzin? That's not true? In Facebook, right?
Facebook, there's everything used, a lot of languages.
Okay, so there are a lot of languages, and even in Facebook, there's a little bit of Python. Spotify is built off of Python. Reddit is built off of Python. Hipmunk is built off of Python. Okay? Eventbrite is built off of Python. So think about all the things that are built with Python. Do you guys know what Google is built with? Python. All right? And Sergey Brin, the CEO of Google, said, Python where we can, C where we must. All right? So with all these big platforms, and these platforms that are only growing, all right? We all have like billions of users using Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Google, Reddit, Spotify. And with these platforms only growing, what this means is that there is simply more room, all right? There's simply more room for more programmers, more Python developers to have those jobs, okay? And again, why I emphasize Python so much is because it's at the perfect intersection, essentially, of being the easiest programming language, all right, being the most growing and trending programming languages, and being one of the most paid programming languages. Okay, average Python developer makes anywhere from $90,000 to $130,000 a year, even more. Okay, and it depends where you live. Okay, so if you're living in places like California, in the heart of where the technology is at, you can be even making more money. Okay, and if you're living somewhere where you're like, Kazi, I'm not getting. And if you're living in a place where it's like, Kazi, there isn't much going on here. We can't network with people for programming. We can't find jobs for programming. We can't find where we can get independent contractor work for programming. You know what you should do? Obviously, one, stop making excuses. And two, you know what you should do? Leave that place. Relocate. Okay? If that is the case. Like, just the other day, this reminds me, I was on... sorry, I'm just going to check if the audio is coming off well on YouTube. Coming off good? Audio? Yeah? All right. So, we got good audio going. Awesome. All right. So if you're going to leave, and also sometimes like when I'm talking, take where I'm at, because sometimes I forget. So just remind me. Thank you. Okay. So basically, when you're, either relocate, right? But don't make excuses. And the reason why I'm kind of going off on this tangent is yesterday I shared one of my YouTube videos, which is what would I do if I were 18 again? And I called it like your explosive four secrets to your explosive career growth, which is true. And in that video, I mentioned you should be doing things like creating content and sharing with the world and contributing to the world instead of just thinking, procrastinating, and lingering. And then I had somebody who said, Kazi, I'm 40 years old. Maybe this is something that works for a 22-year-old, but I don't think this works for a 40-year-old. And so I saw that message, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty interesting. And also he complained that he was 40, so he said he was too old to get started and it'll take too long. But then I told him, look, my story maybe should even motivate you, because most of the results, Clever Programmer went from having nobody, 0 subscribers, right, to having 100,000 subscribers, followers that got value out of it, right? If you're here, you probably at some point got value out of it. And so I told him that, and I said, look, it means it's possible for you to get these results in 1 year. And you know what he told me back? He replied and he goes, well, maybe I could get this in 1 year, but he goes, I'm living in places like New York, San Fran, and Washington, D.C. He goes, if you're 40, you're too old, so you can't get that. And then at that point, I'm like, if you're going to just victimize yourself, and look, I'm on your side. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to motivate you. And I'm trying to tell you it's possible. I'm not just motivating you for the sake of motivating you. I don't like doing that, right? But it's possible, and it's not even that hard to do. So why are you just putting these limits and restrictions on your own mind and stopping yourself from achieving these goals? It's just kind of toxic. And so I said, like, look, you're just kind of putting limiting beliefs. But then again, he just kept going and arguing. And at that point, I was like, okay, you argue as to why you will never, ever, ever, ever succeed. I'm on your side, but you're going to argue that you're not going to succeed. So at that point, I can't help you. So if you're watching this, remember that a lot of it has to do with your mindset, okay? Where's your mind at? If you don't think you deserve a lot of money, or you don't think you deserve that Python development job, you then won't get it, okay? You don't actually then deserve it. So you have to change a lot of how you rewire your brain, okay? You have to kind of rewire that thing. All right. So we've hit on why Python is beating all other big programming languages. and why it's so good, okay? It starts from, if you're even a complete beginner, you can learn super fast. But if you're not just a beginner, you know, another benefit of it is companies like Instagram, YouTube, Google, Reddit, Spotify are built off with it. So it means that there are just tons and tons of jobs. The jobs are never going away. It's only increasing at an exponential rate, okay? As long as platforms like Google, Reddit, YouTube, Spotify, Hipmunk, Eventbrite, as long as they keep growing, the number of job opportunities for Python developers will only keep growing, all right? And even when you get into artificial intelligence, software developers are the ones that are running it. I mean, look at Scan and Go at Walmart, all right? It's replacing the people there. Guess who Scan and Go is programmed by? By programmers, okay? It's something that's actually programmed. Look at Google Cars, self-driving cars. Programmers have to actually program that to work. Tesla, all right? Your phones, your iPhone, your Snapchat, like every single thing, there's code running it. Every online platform that you're using. So to think that it's something that's going to die off in a few years or it's a dying career is just a complete fallacy, like a logical fallacy. All right. So now I kind of want to share with you guys my story of how I went from negotiating that $50 to $100 deal. Okay. I literally went from making $50 an hour to $100 an hour with one phone call. All right. And I want to share that story with you. And you're going to learn a ton from it. You can literally take this and apply to exactly what you're doing right now. Whatever company you're working in right now, this has the potential to give you that raise, give you that boost in your salary, or maybe you're a freelancer and it can give you the boost in the money you're making and how comfortable you're living right now. Because again, the reason why we want to be earning more and getting paid what we deserve is not just for the sake of money itself, right? We want to take care of those around us. We want to take care of our families. We want to be able to support not only ourselves, but the other people that we have in our lives. Because I think personally that it's selfish to only make enough to keep yourself happy. Okay, I think that we should be focusing on making enough to kind of have everybody live that comfortable lifestyle around us so we can kind of help them if they need. Okay, so this is why I think it's really important that you get actually paid what you deserve and that you're not overworked and underpaid. Okay, that's my number one thing. Even if you leave this and you're like, I'm never going to touch Python or I'm never going to touch programming, I want you to be able to apply this in your life. So tell me right now, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, are you ready to hear the story? Are you ready to hear the story where I went from $50 to $100 an hour, where I literally saved half of my life, where I saved half of the years of my life, kind of doing that? Because if you think about it, normally you would go 50, and go all the way up, and you would be spending twice as long. And again, this was when I was a beginner. This was when I was just starting out. Okay? This was when I didn't even have the programming skills that I do today. I'm still not an expert. Okay? I'm still not an expert. Haven't worked at a big company, went to a community college, 2.5 GPA, bad student, but here's what I have been doing. I have been making over $104,000 starting at sophomore year at Oakton Community College. Okay? So I'm not a good student, but I do know how to provide value to people in the world, and I do know how to get other people results, okay? And I want to share that with you. So again, are you ready? If you are, I want to be hearing a hell yeah. All right. We're getting some hell yes. Let's put this Facebook one just a little bit higher because it's like my hair's cutting off and my hair just looks so good today. I want to make sure that it's seen. All right. Just like, just taller. Like, okay. There we go. Cool. And, this is, Okay. All right. So here's the story. Okay. Buckle in, buttercups. Let's go. All right. So here it is. Let me grab some coffee in the meantime while you guys just, wait for the story. Everybody's hooked, man. Okay. So here we go. I had just gotten back from my community college, okay, my Oakton Community College, not exactly Harvard, and I was wearing my backpack, and I got in. I kind of got done doing homework, sat down, was just kind of relaxing, and I'm gonna tell you guys about how I landed the client, okay, that paid me $20K in 1 month, and then also the $1,500. They're connected. So, and what I had done a few days before was I was posting on Craigslist, okay, of being a Python developer, all right? And check this out. I was posting about some random stuff, like I'm going to tutor people in Python. I didn't even know what I was doing. But few months into my just learning programming, I was posting about tutoring and teaching people, coaching people. And what had ended up happening was somebody reached out to me that day, called me, and I picked up the phone and I was like, who's this? And then they said, we're calling from da-da-da company, and they're like, we need help building a customer relationship management system. And at that time, they didn't even actually know what they needed. They didn't even call it a customer relationship management system. Like, he was on the phone with me and he's like, yeah, we need a portal for our client so they can log in. And so also the employees can log in. I'm like, okay. They said, we need something that can hold the invoices. So basically the client can see the invoices, and then the company can also see the invoices, and the client can kind of log into their own account to see it. And I was like, okay, cool. And at this point, literally the only few things I could do with code is I built some Coursera projects, okay? I had built tic-tac-toe and rock, paper, scissors, some simple games. I hadn't really done any practical things yet. And they're also, it should be able to handle accounting. So basically, as we go through this, it should do the automatic accounting automatically, because what that will do for us is save us 10 to 50 hours a week for our employees doing it manually. And I said, and I was on the phone at this point, and I was like, okay, that's a lot of stuff, man. I can barely do anything. I never even made something with forget accounting. I hadn't even made something that could let you log in. I didn't know how I was going to store that information. What happens if they log out? How can everybody go to this one website but then have their own account and see their own information and not anybody else's information? How do I make it secure? What's the security issues that's going on? So literally I was so lost. I was like, okay, so this is not going to be happening. I'm done. I should just end the call, end the joke, end this funky joke, and just get off the phone and say, hey, I can't do it, okay? But I kind of just amused the idea, and I was like, okay, cool, I can do that. And then he said, we'll also need a way where it can use React. So that's like a JavaScript framework. It's a little complicated, but basically what he said that when we're sending emails, it should look and feel really high quality, and essentially we should be able to write emails from within the software, and we should be able to edit emails from within the software. And so when we send emails and messages, they can reply back to them, and we can also see if they've opened the email, if they've not opened the email, if they've reviewed the proposal, or if they've not reviewed the proposal, have they signed it, so many things. And if once they sign it, it's automatically connected with their accounting thing, and when their employees get there, it automatically checks them in. And all the information is searchable. So for example, if any of their employees have went to the client's home and have done whatever needs to be done and came back, that information should be searchable, okay? So there are just so many moving parts, right? There's so many things going on. And I'm like, I'm laughing. I'm like, there's no way that I'll be able to do this, okay? So, but I was on the phone and I was like, yeah, okay, I can do it. And they're like, okay, cool. And they're like, we saw your rate. And at that time, my tutoring rate or my coaching rate that I'd put up was like $50 an hour. And I had coached a few students at that point. And I was like, okay, yeah. So he's like, we've seen your coaching rate. And so are we good to go? Can we get started this week? And I was like, yeah, sure. Let's get started this week. Like, let's do it. And as soon as the call ended, I remember calling my friends and I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I just got this offer, this Python. Like, they didn't say a specific language. They just said like they need a solution to a problem. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to use Python. I'm going to learn Django. I don't know how to store information, but I've heard that there's something to do with databases. Databases allow you to store information, so then you can create your own accounts, you can log in, you can like do all this cool shit, and it's not just a boring website that has contact pages and resumes. This has a lot of things. And I remember telling that to my friend. My friend's like, he's like, dude, are you sure you're going to be able to do this? This sounds so crazy. And I said, yeah, maybe I'll give it a try. But what I want you to keep in your mind right now as you're listening to this is notice that I didn't say that I can't do this, okay? I didn't just self-sabotage myself. Even though at that time I couldn't do it, I wanted to give it a try, and I wanted to just say yes, even though it sounded insane. Then what I did is I started going and like learning about these courses, taking these courses and learning about something like SQL. But basically what I started doing was learning about how databases and things like that worked. And I finally figured that out. And when I walked into the office the first day, I actually had something put together. And let me rewind just a little bit before I got to the office the first time. I remember it was 2 a.m. and I just learned about how I can hold a database with all the information of stuff. So even if you leave this website and come back, all the data, all the new data that you added is there. And if you log out and log back in, everybody sees something different. So I had just got that feature implemented at 3 a.m. And I remember I was so excited that I texted the person who was trying to hire me, the recruiter or whatever, like at that company. I texted him at 3 a.m. and I'm like, sent him the video. I took like a Snapchat video and I sent him the video of like, done. The first part is already done. And at this point, they hadn't even told me to do and get started. They said, we're going to get started the first time you see us. But I was so excited. I got it. I got some basic parts of the app done. And I then sent it out to them at 3 a.m. Okay, so think about how crazy that is. All normal beliefs should tell you that I shouldn't be getting this job, that they would think I'm too crazy, that they would think like this kid is insane, he's sending stuff at like 3 a.m. But it was quite the opposite, actually. What they loved at that point was that he's literally not caring about the time and whatever, and he's just putting in work and actually giving value without just necessarily being like this needy dude who's looking for something back all the time for anything that he or she does in return. And so I sent them this, and at 4 a.m. he responded to me and he was super excited. He's like, this looks amazing. He's like, this is great. He goes, can't wait to see you on Monday. And I was like, all right, cool. And basically, I ended up meeting them, and they just loved me, and they loved the fact that I got started and got things done. And they even paid me for the time. Also, I brought it up. I was like, hey, guys, I've already worked for 5 or 10 hours, and that's my rate. So this is, what the bill would be for all the stuff that's already completed. So again, I also know how to charge what I'm worth and not just wait on other people to tell me. So if you're listening to this, have a pen and paper with you, because this is so important. This can literally be saving you years of your life. All right, this could be saving you years of your life. Right. Yes. So this could be, again, saving you years of your life. I'm going to get to that. And what you want to do is be taking these notes down and telling yourself, one, don't have these limiting beliefs. Okay, don't self-sabotage yourself. 2, provide value without always asking for something in return. 3, charge what you're worth and kind of be firm about it, okay? So know what you should be charging. Don't just let people walk all over you. Super, super important. I've had so many friends, who don't charge what they should be charging, even though they're more talented. And when we tell them we can help them and help them increase that rate, instead they fight us. and tell us why they don't deserve to have a higher rate, or they don't deserve to have that better job, and how this is actually helping them by being at this lower level job. So again, guys, a lot of mental stuff that's going to be stopping you. All right. So write these down as you're listening to this. Okay. So now I've already got this. It's done. They're already paying me $50 an hour. Everything is going good. But then I talked to my mentor. Okay. At that time, my mentor was Nick. Okay. And Nick is awesome. His name is Nick Drain. If you find him on GitHub or something like that, I don't know, you'll probably find him. He currently is working at Full Stack Academy Coding Bootcamp. And I just gave all his information away. Enjoy, Nick. And basically, he was my ultimate mentor. He helped me accelerate my progress by literally years. I swear to God, if I didn't have him mentoring me, I would be years and years behind. Like all this content that you guys see now and all this programming stuff that you guys get now from Clever Programmer, there's no way. You would be seeing this in like 5 to 10 years from now. So basically, what I want you guys to be doing is, as you're listening, again, be following along. So my mentor, Nick, he was teaching me all these things and helping me. And at that point, I'm like, okay, I could rely on him for help, because what he was for me was a trusted advisor. Okay. He wasn't just like this needy freelancer or just somebody who's trying to help me for getting something in return. And I was doing the same thing. I was like this hungry student, and I would do anything he wants, but in return, as long as he could help me learn coding. And that's kind of the same way I went in when I was working with this company. I went in as a trusted advisor, and instead of this needy, weird freelancer thing going on. Okay, so that's another thing you should write down. And I always brought them more value without even thinking about what I'm always getting back in return. So going back, I called Nick and I was like, this is so exciting. I got a full-time position for something that I would do for free. And not only would I do it for free and enjoy building that software, okay, like out of my mind enjoy building that software, I would literally pay money out of my pocket to get to work on such an awesome project. Okay, so think about that for a second. I would pay money out of my pocket to work on a project like that. And here I was, not only getting to work here where I'm paying to do this, not getting to work here as an intern where I'm doing this for free, but getting to work here where I'm paid. So I was literally going crazy, and I would always be doing math. I'm like, oh my God, $50 an hour in 5 hours, that's like this much money. And in 10 hours, it's like $500. In like 2 days, I make like $1,000. Like, this is insane. Like, I go for a lunch break and I come back and I've made like $100. I'm like, this is just unreal. I don't know how this is happening. And I called my mentor and I was like, I'm making $50 an hour. I got this job. This is so cool, right? And he goes, how much are they paying you? And I'm like, $50. And he goes, for somebody he goes, granted you're new and you don't have any experience and you're starting out, he goes, if you're doing work as an independent contractor, he goes, you should be charging twice or 3 times as much. And I'm like, what? And he's like, especially for software developers. And he said, especially for Python developers. And I was listening to this and I was like, are you serious? $100? Me? An hour? Like, this is a full-time thing. Or at least I was getting 20 to 30 hours of work from them. And he goes, yeah, you should do it. And I'm like, just call them like right now. And he goes, yeah. And I remember getting off the call at that time. Okay, I got off the call, I hung up, and I was like freaking out because at this point I'm supposed to be calling Nick and talking with him. And I remember literally like my hands were shaking. I was shaking because think about this. I'm getting this amazing opportunity. Somebody's paying me what I want. It's way better than anybody dreams of. When I told this to my friends at that time in college who were making $8 an hour, $10 an hour, I mean, to them, it's just unfreaking real. And they're like, you must be greedy as hell to be wanting more. When I told this to my parents, they're like, Be thankful for what you're getting. When I told this to my brothers and asked them for advice, they're like, be happy with what you're making. And then, making more comes with experience and a lot of years and years and a lot of education. You haven't even graduated yet and you're at a community college. Just be thankful. And so there were all these people telling me not to go for more money. And then I had Nick telling me, of course, $100, not even a question, done. And so you can imagine at the age of 2021, sitting here, this amazing opportunity, really thinking what I should do. But here's something that helped me in my decision. I already had a bunch of clients that I was coaching, okay, and making good money from that. So I wasn't so dependent on how this went. And even if I would still do this the same exact way. Shaking, kind of getting worried, I was scared. And then I got upstairs, took out my phone, and then I got on this call, okay? And they didn't pick up. I called again the second time. Always call twice. That's another thing. Write it down. Okay, if you're listening to this, write it down. Always call twice. Anybody you're calling. Curiosity is a bitch. People want to know what you're talking about. And most of the times when people ignore, it's not because they're not there, but it's because they just sometimes ignore it, okay? Because they're talking to somebody, they don't think it's that important. So call twice. Call twice. He picks up on the other end, and I'm like, hey, so the $50 an hour rate is actually my coaching rate and my tutoring rate, but my consulting rate to work with the client is actually $100 an hour. And then on the other end, it was kind of just like this, what you feel right now. And literally my hands were kind of shaking. And I just heard nothing from the other end. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? I'm really scared at this point. And then he responds and he says, okay, sounds good. Let us get back to you on this. Hung up, and then I didn't hear for a full 24 hours later. And so at this point, I'm freaking out, but I'm trying to keep calm. I'm just going about my day, and I'm like, if this doesn't happen, that's okay. Learning experience, okay? This is like a reference. So I'll learn it, and I'll keep this in my mental notes and move on from there, because I have to learn how to negotiate. And if I can negotiate, literally, if I'm going from $50 to $100 an hour, don't just think of it as one job going from $50 to $100 an hour. What this means is I'm saving half of my life. For $50 an hour, let's just say in a year, I'm just throwing out round numbers that just to simplify it, but let's say you make $50,000 in 1 year, but if you can just get on one uncomfortable phone call and make $100 an hour, and let's say now at the end of the year, somehow you're making $100K a year, you've doubled your time. The same amount, you've doubled the money you make in the same amount of time. The work that would take you 2 years now takes you 1 year. The work that would take you 10 years now takes you 5 years. All right. So not only is this going to be giving you the lifestyle that you want, okay, not only is it going to be adding that side income that you want or whatever, this is also going to be helping you spend time with your friends and family that you love. Okay. So keep in mind why more money is important. Okay. It's not just we're going to be sitting on this pile of cash. Okay. The main goal is that you go out, you have fun, you buy your friend a bunch of things, you buy gifts for your mom, your girlfriend, whoever, without having to have that guilt of I really need to check my bank account, but I shouldn't, right? That guilt. But instead, in this case, you're more I'm not going to check my bank account because I don't have to, okay? I know I'm good. So that peace of mind is really the most important thing. So anyways, they got back to me 24 hours later, and I just see this long text from my preview of the phone. So I'm walking in, coming back again from Oakton Community College, and in this time between, in this 24 hours, I've gotten so much heat from my family. I've gotten so much heat from my friends, and they're just you don't deserve this. You just looked a gift horse in the mouth. You had this amazing opportunity, and you just ruined it. You always want more. All this crazy nonsense, okay? Got home, saw this big preview, kind of had a feeling what was going on, but wasn't sure. And then ultimately realized who I'm talking to is YouTube. So I'm on Instagram, Facebook there, and I'm talking to YouTube right now. And I see this message, I go through it, and basically, long story short, the message was pretty much congratulations. All right. It was congratulations, you got it. Okay. And I remember reading that. I just like literally skimmed through all the text, didn't even read what the text was about, just read the part that said like, congratulations, we'll start this Wednesday. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell just happened? Like, what just happened? I literally half the lifetime of work that I need to do, negotiated something absolutely insane, sat through this. I just couldn't believe it. And I didn't tell anybody for a while, for that day, for a few hours. People were just like, why are you sitting like this? Why are you so shocked? Why do you look traumatized, Kazi? Like I would hung out with my friends, and I was just shocked. I was just looking at them, not even speaking. And finally, I let the cat out of the bag, or cat out of the hat. I don't know what the expression is. But I told them that this was the case. And every single person who had told me don't do it and had given me shit for it was just kind of looking at me incredibly shocked. But I'm not the person to tell you I told you so or whatever. I don't even make few people feel guilty. So I'm just like, yeah, I got it, just like you said I would. And they're like, yeah, I believed in you. Yeah, of course. Like, we knew you could do it. I mean, don't you think we knew you could do it? And then they're like, yeah, of course we knew. But even though they didn't say that at all when I was going through that. And Nick was like, of course. Why wouldn't they pay you $100 an hour? He's like, of course. So, unbelievable situation for me, okay? Again, remember where I'm coming from. For those of you who are just tuning in, Oakton Community College student, 2.5 GPA, 19 ACT out of 36. 19 is so bad, you're borderline really dumb, okay? And now I'm learning Python development. I find that I'm actually good at something. Even though I wasn't good at math, I spent a lot of time figuring out coding, and I'm like, I'm good at this. And then getting paid what I deserve, maybe at that time, maybe even slightly more than I deserve, but I don't know, because now that I look back at it, how hard I worked and how diligently I worked and how much value I provided around the clock without thinking even about time, I think I deserve that pay. And another thing I want you guys to note down is think about what having a mentor can do for you, okay? So having that mentor versus everybody else literally changed my life, increased me 2 times the speed of what my life would normally go at, okay? With just one word that he told me, and also how he taught me software development. So if you don't have a mentor in your life, look around and see if you can find one, okay? Try to find one. You don't always have to pay them, but if you even go to meetup groups and even go to local events and just hang around like-minded people, you can be learning a lot from them. So make sure that you write all of this stuff down, okay? Cool? How was that? Did you guys like hearing that? Was that valuable for you guys? Valuable? Let me know. Huh. Well, exactly. Part says, here I am with a 3.5 GPA going to college worried. Who else feels like that? Who else feels like they're busting their ass at school or whatever it is, maybe a job, but just either aren't getting paid what you deserve, right? Or you feel like you need years of experience and you need to spend 5 to 10 years and you need to at least have a 4.0 GPA and you need to at least go to Harvard before you even start thinking about getting paid what you deserve. Yeah. I mean, for me, it was like one of the most powerful lessons of my entire life. And that's really one of the main things I wanted to share with you, and how that just changes everything. And then when I was making this much money, and imagine, like, I'm again at this time I don't really have any time because I'm going full time to college. I was also coaching students for chess and coding, and then I'm also doing this big freelancing thing. Okay, now imagine I am young, I'm doing all these other things that I'm doing, only have a few hours to work on coding, on building software, and it's so much fun that I would pay to do it. Here I was getting paid to do it. At the age of 20 or 21, I get to travel, and I'm going to places like, when it was my nephew's birthday, and it was actually like literally birthday, like as in my nephew was born. All right. He's adorable. He's like 2 now. He's going to be 2 actually November 23rd, and I'm going to fly out again. Right when he was born, I got to fly out. I didn't have to rely on my family. I didn't have to rely on my friends. As a 21-year-old, I just got to leave, just fly out, pay for my own self, not have my brother or family to pay for me, not have my friends pay for me, and go visit my brother, see my little nephew, okay, at the hospital. And that was just an unbelievable experience. I have photos of everything, and I'll show you guys where it's a lot easier, because right now it's hard for me to screen share or whatever. But literally, got to play with him. And as I was doing that, I would just be sneaking in some work. I'm sitting at the hospital, okay? And while the nurses are talking or whatever, and everybody else is busy, I'm literally sitting in the waiting room and talking with my family. I have my laptop open. I have my feet kicked up on the table, and I'm getting to work on something that's so fun and mentally stimulating, and I'm getting paid for it. I put in 2 hours right before getting into the room, boom, like $200. Okay. And again, at that time, that was so much to me. As a college student, you can imagine that that's a lot. And I could work from the hospital. I could go and be at an amazing place. Like, we were at Golden Gate Bridge, and we parked our car and we walked out. We were talking, having a good time. We spent many hours there. And then I would sneak in just a few times here and there and just code and work on the project, because I don't have to actually be there to be working on this. And then boom, put my computer away. While traveling and having the time of my life, and even the work that I was doing was so fun that sometimes my family and my friends would have to actually stop me from doing coding all the time, from building things all the time. And all this, right? And I got paid $20,000 in 1 month. Okay, to be specific, I think it was something like $20,000 or $21,000 and $21,765. Yeah, something, whatever, 2173, whatever. But it was like a very specific number, and I remembered it. I forgot now. But, imagine 1 month and college student, you're still doing all these other things. Like, you don't have time. You're not smart. You don't feel like you're good enough. And then you can really be making a difference in the world, providing value. I was saving this company hundreds of hours of their time, by the way. And all this code I was writing was something I had learned in like 3 months. So clearly, I'm not a very good coder at this point, because you need to really be spending a lot more time to be learning this stuff. And it's still possible to putting these things together. And this is when I was realizing, like, you can have an amazing lifestyle. You can be traveling. You can be making money. You can be getting paid what you deserve. But the big thing I started realizing was I have so many people who are either graduating college or people who are 40 or 50 years old, and either one, they're just making excuses about their age or that they're not smart enough, or the other people are graduating from college, accumulating hundreds of thousands of dollars of loans, and then when they go to the job market, whether they're young or old, whether they've gone to college or not gone to college, when they don't have the actual skills. Nobody ever taught them the actual skills to land a job. Nobody ever taught them how to negotiate with a client. Nobody taught them how to build that relationship. And these fundamental skills were just missing from college, were missing from the world of academia, are not taught online anywhere. I couldn't find this on Udemy, Coursera, Udacity, edX, and I've gone through so many of those courses, literally thousands of dollars worth of courses. And that's where I learned from, because I didn't have any better resources. So just think about how many wrong things are taught and like popularized. And like, you have to be good at math to become a programmer, and you have to go to this college to become a programmer, and you have to have this and that. It's just, those were the things that caused me so much pain. And I was like, I want to build this channel literally for my younger self. If there's somebody who is out there that could use this help, and it could help them, I don't care whether they're 60 years old or 10 years old, this could help them. That's all I needed. And I wanted to show people, like, there's a route of just theory and experience, and that traditional route, like, you go to college, you go to high school, you go to college, you graduate, you get a job, you get another job, and then what happens? You die. Okay? There's that route, and then there's another route where you can be very practical, learn negotiation skills, learn how to be likable, know how to work with the team, and then 10 or 15% of your skills are made up of coding. Okay? And then you're getting paid more, you're landing jobs, you're not accumulating loans. So just think of it like the practical guy and the theoretical guy, the theory guy. So if you're watching this right now, write this down. Do you want to be the theory guy, or do you want to be the practical guy? And if there are girls in here, do you want to be the theory girl or the practical girl? Okay? Do you want to just learn all this weird esoteric stuff, or do you want to figure out how can you give value to the client you're working with, and how can you help them solve a problem, save them time and save them money? I was saving them $50,000 to $100,000 a year, okay, because of how many hours my software was saving them. So was it easy for them to pay me $50,000 to $20,000? Yes, okay, and I identified how much money I would be saving them. And I told them I'd be saving them this much money when I sent them the proposal. And I said, I'm going to be saving you $50,000 to $100,000. And I think I should be paid $100 an hour to work on this. And over that next month, I had an invoice of $20,000. Okay. So also know what budget your client is working with. Okay. Like, be aware. If you're working with the client who's building that next Facebook, but he only wants to hire you as a, freebie intern guy, he has no budget, and then you start working with him and you spend all this time, and then later you're like, but when am I going to start getting paid? I'm overworked and underpaid. There's no money there. He doesn't have money. She doesn't have money. Okay? They hired you on some weird promise, and there's nothing there. I worked with a company that I knew had a budget. I knew exactly what their budget was. I knew exactly how much money I'd be making them. And I knew exactly where my money that they're going to be paying me is coming from. So you see, that's why the business skills are really important. And if you miss out on them, you're just going to spend so many more years getting what you want. Because let's be realistic. We want coding skills. We want to be good programmers. But I mean, come on, do we really, really just want to do it to become a good programmer? We want to do it so we can do something we love. We want to do it so we can make an impact in the world, solve people's problems, okay? And we want to do it so we can get paid what we deserve. So not only can we take care of ourselves, but we can take care of those around us that we care for, right? Damn. Cool. So now what I want to tell you guys about is we're 54 minutes in, and before we end this I want to end this at 1 hour. I want to give you guys something very special. Okay, this is something I was saving for you guys, and I'm going to put this up right now. But here's what I'm going to be giving you guys, okay? I have a free masterclass coming up, okay? And I want you to get on this free masterclass. It's called Your Profitable Programmer Masterclass, okay? And before I continue any further, tell me right now, was this valuable for you guys? Yes or no? Just give me blunt yes or no. Be honest with me. Was this valuable? Did you take away something that you think you could apply as soon as you leave right now? Tell me. Okay, getting lots of yeses, right? Cool. Okay, so it seems like this was very valuable, okay? I want to give you more, okay? My friend is giving me 2 thumbs up. My other friend is doing the dab. I mean, they're turning up. They're loving it. I'm loving it. I really hope you guys are loving it. Okay, so I want to give you something more. Okay, I want to give you something even more than this. Okay, and this is not something you want to miss out on. And you need to hear this and get on this right away. Because if you found this was valuable, wait till you see the free masterclass I've put together for you. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to literally blow your socks off. Okay, it's going to change the way you think. Okay, and it's going to get you results way faster than anybody else that's out there, okay? So just in this live call, I was able to give you value. Wait till you see this class, okay? And I'm excited about this. I've been working on this for months. We've been putting this together. This is going to be legendary. Here's what I want you to do. Your Profitable Programmer Masterclass will be getting launched very soon. Okay, and also my Create Apps and Land Your First Client with Python course is going to be coming out very soon. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get on the VIP waitlist for my new flagship course that will show you how you can get your first client with Python in less than 90 days. Okay, I also want to show you how you can be negotiating, building those business skills, soft skills in that course. And if you get on that VIP waitlist for that course right now, okay, I'm going to be sending you this free Python masterclass, your Profitable Programmer Masterclass. It's free to get on this VIP waitlist. And when the course comes out, you're the first one to know, okay? And you get this. Is this something you guys want? Yes or no? All of this is free to sign up. If you tell me yes, I'll give you the directions on how you can get it. Go. All right, what are we getting?
Yes.
Hell yes.
Cool, we're getting a lot of yeses. So here's what we need to do. Facebook. There's a link in the description. Okay? You can click on this link, put in your email, done. Okay? Done. That's it. Instagram bio. Okay? Go to the bio on Instagram. YouTube, link in the description. Okay? It says, get my new free Profitable Programmer Masterclass. All right? Right here. None of this shows on Instagram and Facebook, so they think we're crazy. But there's actually a graphic I have on YouTube, and my beautiful course is supposed to be showing up here. So don't think I'm crazy. All right. Maybe I am a little bit. So here it is, this beautiful course. Okay. It's coming up. It's going to blow your mind. Go sign up for the VIP waitlist. Okay. For my flagship Python course. It's called Create Apps and Land Your First Client with Python in less than 90 days. I'm going to be showing you how to profit with Python. I'm going to be showing you how you can put money into your pocket with Python. Not just another course of, let's learn some technical skills, and today we're going to learn about objects and object-oriented programming, and let's instantiate a class. But whoa, let's not talk about how you can actually do something practical with it, how you can actually provide value to people, and how you could actually make a living off of it so you could share that with your friends, your family, and not feel like you're stupid. Okay, none of those classes exist. Okay, so that's why I want to put this together for you. So again, highly practical. I wanted to put this together for people who are not only, yes, there are people who don't have a job right now who are doing nothing and have hundreds of hours. Great. You can put that in, get the results faster. But I wanted to make this for people who are also busy doing jobs, have to spend time with family, maybe have a family, like maybe have kids, okay? Maybe are older, okay? I don't even care if you're 60 or 70 years old. I wanted to put this together for somebody who has all these other obligations, has limited time, maybe even 2 to 3 hours a week, okay? And so I want to make sure that you're getting everything that you need, even if you're spending as little as 2 to 3 hours a week, okay? Again, you're going to find out a lot more about this. For now, click that link and sign up for the free Masterclass, Your Profitable Programmer Masterclass, okay? And this, we're going to go through everything. So the Instagram stream has ended. In this course, we're going to be talking about web apps. I'm not going to go into what this course is about yet, okay? Not going to be doing it. Again, take that free masterclass and you're going to get just tremendous amount of value. And everything in that masterclass is something you could take and apply right now. If you're a guitar instructor or a shark hunter, or I don't care what it is that you do right now, everything that I always try to give in my videos is something you could take and apply even if you never become a Python developer, okay? Again, my goal is to help you become that Python developer, but I want to give you value so you can apply this right off the bat. Okay. Awesome. Link is in the description. So anybody who's asking me on Facebook, link's in the description. If you're on YouTube, link is in the description. The link is called first client with Python. Go to that link, put in your email, done. There's no age restriction. So to sign up for it, there's no age restriction. If you're young, you can sign up for it. If you're old, you can sign up for it. Okay, again, if you have listened to my story today, you know that those are just limiting beliefs, okay? That's like self-sabotaging yourself. If you've listened to my story, you've learned that I believed in myself even though I didn't have those skills at that point. And I believed in myself even when my whole family and all my friends were against what I was doing, which was negotiating a higher salary or doing work outside of just school or, learning how I was learning, okay? So, again, don't take that traditional path because that only tells you you have to spend 6 years learning, you have to spend the next 10 years getting experience, and then you can maybe charge $30 an hour. Believe it or not, there are a lot of, just look online, okay? Go to places like Upwork.com, Code Mentor, and just look at how many talented programmers there are. 30, 40 years of experience, I'm talking, okay? They're legendary programmers, way better than I'll ever be, okay? Again, and I'm not an expert. And these guys are charging 20 to 30 bucks an hour. And I'm not saying that that's little money. I'm just saying that that's not what they deserve. They deserve a lot more. So why just miss out on it? And why not be able to have the lifestyle you want? And why not be able to provide that lifestyle to the people around you? Why not? Why not? All right. So this stuff, people are saying it's mind-blowing. They're loving it. People are excited. Let me just go read and what's going on YouTube, see what's going on. People are sending me their phone numbers. I mean, what the hell's going on? People are making groups. What is happening on YouTube? Oh, maybe one day what we'll do is live stream and then make a group for everybody and then add everybody in that group. That would be cool. Just looking at some questions. To sign up for the free masterclass, guys, it's absolutely free. To sign up to get on the VIP wait list for the course, absolutely free. So yes, to answer you guys' questions, it's free when you go click on that link and you get my free masterclass. Again, this stuff is absolutely mind-blowing, eye-opening, and it will reveal secrets to you that are just not known to even professional software developers with 50, 30, 40 years of experience, okay? So again, this is not a masterclass you want to sleep on. This is not what you want to miss. And how Python is trending right now, you want to jump on this wave right this second and you'll make the most amount of profit, and it's a lucrative field, okay? If you don't take any action, you'll stay exactly where you are, okay? If you take action, Bitcoin What happened? For example, okay, for those of you who don't know, it's a cryptocurrency. It was $300. There were people that were sleeping on Bitcoin. Okay, now it's at $6,000. So think about what not taking action causes you. And there's so many people that are like, I was gonna buy it, I didn't. Well, sucks to suck, right? Like, I don't know what else to say there. So just remember, take action. When you think you like something or you have that instinct, trust your instincts. Take action. So again, if you came to this live stream, you want to improve your life. You don't want to procrastinate. You don't want to linger, right? You want to make the lives of other people better. You want to have a job which you love waking up to, not because you work, not because you have to, but because you want to. You want to have that lifestyle where you can travel. You want to be able to have that mutual respect with your clients where you can not only hire them, but also fire them. Okay? And you guys are working together. And they're also paying you at the same time while giving you respect. I mean, did we talk about respect? I mean, there's so many jobs where when they work you and they pay you, they don't treat you the right way. But imagine having your own clients where these guys respect you, or even if you want to go the full-time route, I can show you how to position yourself in a way where you're that trusted advisor and you stand out from everybody else. And these people respect you, okay? Instead of, we're paying him, so we're paying him or her and we can treat him or her however we want, okay? So think about those things. All right, sign up for that free masterclass. Links below. I'm wrapping it up. I'm going to just answer maybe some questions or see what's going on. If there's anything I missed. Scrolling down. Cool. Anything I missed? We good?
Pretty much everything.
How we doing on Facebook? We enjoying it, guys? The link is there, right, on Facebook, guys. If there's a link is there, please just tell me the link is there and that you guys can find it. Livestream just went offline. What happened? Okay. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. The link is right. This is the amazing course. Go grab this course right now. Okay, it's on YouTube. Go grab this course right here. All right. As always, I love your faces off. Okay, literally, without you guys, none of this would exist. But now this is my way of giving back. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching.
Talk about the link one more time, because they're all like putting the emails in the chat. Tell them not to put the emails in the chat and put like actually the link.
Okay, guys. So my friend just told me we're putting emails in the chat. So instead of emails in the chat, let's put the link in the chat so also other people can see and click the link. Though I know that YouTube sometimes, if you put links, they'll like block your chat or whatever. But put the links in there so people can see and just point them to where the link is, because there are people who need help with where the link is or are confused or maybe are joining right now. So please, let's point them to the right direction. Thank you, Tenzin, for saying that. And other than that, guys, again, thank you. Seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I love your faces off. And I'll see you and you in the next video. And let's make sure that we end the stream